I was trying to find a way to include the game called Stray on my channel because it's just such a wonderful and cute little game. I love it. Stray is a third-person platformer where you play as this cute little cat trying to find your way home in this cyber city. Really gives you this cyberpunk kind of vibes, and overall it's just so fun to play. I have been playing it on my Steam Deck and had a lot of fun with it, but I thought that there is a way to enjoy it even better, and that is of course to play it in VR. And today we're going to be doing just that. To play Stray in VR or any other game that's made for flat screen PC, you will need a tool called VorpX. I've covered what VorpX is and how to use it in my previous video. It's basically the tool that helps transform a game into this huge 3D screen that surrounds you, and it gives you the feeling like you are in VR. Some games work better with it, some games work worse. So Stray is actually a 3D platformer that you cannot play it from the first person. You will just see the look of this cat and the entire surroundings in true 3D stereoscopic image, and that looks amazingly beautiful because there's such a cool cyberpunk style world that is so much better to enjoy when you feel like you're in there, surrounded by all those neon signs and cyber style buildings and streets and everything around you. So it's just so much more fun to experience in VR. And today, let's see how we're going to do this and what we will need for that. First of all, we will need VorpX, and VorpX is not a very expensive tool. You can get it. If you get it, you can think of it as an investment because you'll get to play so many different games in it. Just recently, I tested Sims 4 in VR and it completely blew my mind. It's a lot of fun to experiment with different games in VR. And of course, you'll need the game Stray. I got it on Steam and it was actually cheaper than on PlayStation. And I have it on Steam, which means that I can play it on my computer, on my Steam Deck, and in VR. We will start by running VorpX on my computer. Here it is, and just a few things on how to get started to play Stray. The first thing we need to do is to make sure that we select Steam VR here. Even if you're using Quest, you still need to select Steam VR, and then we'll need to find the right profile for the game. And Stray is a new game, and I probably don't have a local profile right here, but we can search for it in the cloud. So someone has already created the Stray profile, and all you need to do is find it. But to use the cloud profiles, remember that you need to create the account on the VorpX website, and when you do that, then you'll have access to this. So I'm going to click on this one, and I just need to apply it. And now make sure that your Steam is running. Now is the time to connect your VR headset. I'm going to be using this link cable to connect it like so. Here it is. We are in the Oculus Link menu. We've got everything running, and all that's left to do now is to click play. Yeah, so we already see that the game started to load in the headset, which is pretty awesome. It says that the game is best experienced with a trackpad, but I don't really have a trackpad. All I have is the keyboard and a mouse, and it's going to work perfectly fine, but we will not be using these controllers, so I'm just going to put them here. That's the thing about VorpX. It's not a VR mod. It's just a way to play flat screen games in VR, but it's still running on a PC. You will still need to use a mouse and a keyboard. Here it is. The game has started and I am in it. VorpX basically creates this huge 3D screen in front of you that surrounds you like this, so it feels like you are in there. VorpX doesn't really claim that it is a tool that turns a game into a VR game, but it gives you this VR experience to see fully 3D stereoscopic images. I know you can't really see it right here because obviously you're watching this video on your flat screen on YouTube, but this is completely stereoscopic. Like, I can see the depth of the objects here just like you see them when you play VR games. It doesn't look flat at all. And you can also adjust some of these settings by clicking on Del. These are the settings that you can control in the game. And currently I'm playing in this immersive screen mode. As you can see, the screen is curved and everything has depth here, and we can control that depth. We can bring the screen even closer to us so that if I can't see the edges, it feels like I'm there if I'm not moving my head too much. Here, this is how I like seeing my 3D image using my keyboard, alright? So this bush totally feels like it's in my face, and there are more cats to interact with. Oh my god, this is so cute. Oh goodness. I want to open a different chapter just to show you the cyberpunk style world. This is just so cool to see on such an enormous 3D screen that basically looks like I'm in there. I'm in this, whatever these underground places, but this is so much more immersive. Even though you still control it like you would a computer game, you are way more immersed like this than playing on a little screen. Oh, going underneath? Totally feels like I did it. Wow. And the Dead City. This cyberpunk looking city with all those neon signs. And as a cat, of course, you can jump, wherever you want. Whoa, why would you ever play any computer game on a flat screen if you can experience it in 3D in VR? This is amazing, absolutely astonishing. Like, no matter how big your TV is or no matter how big your monitor is at home, nothing will beat this ginormous curved screen that makes you feel like you are in there because of this stereoscopic image that you can see. Like, I assure you, it's so hard to describe it, but believe me, what you see on the screen when you're playing VorpX is exactly what you see in VR. The depth is just like that. It is not at all like playing on the flat screen. It does not look flat. This is just something you need to try, and it is so amazing. Stray is such a cute game, and I love controlling this little red cat, and seeing the cat so up close is so cool. And one more thing that I want to show you is a different environment. It's a cyberpunk flat. Before we saw this open space in VR, and now we are in this tiny weird looking apartment, but it looks so beautiful here with these ambient lights and that lamp right there. And of course, do what cats do best, and that is jumping and stepping on the keyboard, writing gibberish. This is too realistic. This is way better of a cat simulator than I expected it to be. And another thing we can do, we can scratch the carpet. Another super realistic thing. Oh my god, completely destroying the carpet. So I'm rotating the camera not with my head, although I can turn my head to see things better, but with my mouse, and that works really well, even for VR as well. Let me know in the comments if you have tried Stray or if you have tried VorpX and what kind of games you play with it. And don't forget to watch my video trying Sims 4 in VR using VorpX. That game completely blew my mind because I could play from the first person in Sims 4, and that's really, really trippy. And also, if you're new to VorpX, make sure to watch my video tutorial where I explain the basics of how to use it. Thank you, stay safe, and as always, happy gaming!